started.
Oh, wait, Vin, let me do this.
Or not.
Oh, geez, you know, okay, so
Last time you were blonde.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while. I had to cut that blonde hair. Too many people were confusing me with Eminem. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with all of it. I can't rap. I can't rap at all.
Beatbox.
It's the closest thing I got to that. Alright. So when I was 11 years old, I thought, if I do anything wrong, I'm going to get punished to the highest degree. You know, at least by society, like judging, laughing, or being made fun of. So I do everything in my power not to mess up. And that's hard, especially if you're me. So my family's really religious, and we go to church every week, and we show up late every week. And in case you don't know, showing up late to church is the worst. You don't get to pick your seats, and the people in the back of the room make you either bring up the gifts or do the collections. Not fun at all. Now, bring up collections or the gifts is really an honor for most people. A lot of families really seem to enjoy it. They feel like they're doing the right thing. And my family's no different. We all love it. But yeah, all minus one. Guess who that is. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of being the center of attention, or at least I didn't like to be. See, I'd like to be like that one who's watching my best player and be like, I passed it to him so he scores, not he passed to me and I'm the center of attention, I'm gonna score, I'm gonna win! No, that's not me. But we still go to church every week, and somehow we get picked to do the collection every week. Not fun. But one week was better than any other, and that's the story today. So we show up on time for a change. That's right, on time. We're like, I'm showed up like, yes, I'm gonna sit there and zone it for an hour. And we're walking in, and we walk past this fine gentleman in the back of the room who wears all black. And I'm like, dude, lighten up, it's church. Like, come on. And I don't really know what he does. He like helps people to their seats, and I'm pretty sure he gives people their jobs, like, all right, you're gonna do the collection, you're gonna do the gift, and I'm gonna ruin all of your day. Yeah, he's that guy. So my family is walking past him, and I'm the youngest, so I gotta walk in the back, so I don't really get to choose where we sit. And my dad walks past him, he shakes his hand, we all shake his hand, except for me, somehow forgot to do this today. And he looks at my family, he looks at my dad, and he looks at the rest of us. And I'm looking at him like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And I give him this dirty look that says, don't even try it, buddy. Like, no. We walk past, and I'm keeping my eye on him. I'm walking. I'm like, no, he's not gonna be that guy. I showed up on time. I did this right. we sit down. I have to walk into the aisle first, even though I'm the last one in my family. So my dad's sitting in the aisle, and he starts immediately walking up to my dad. And I turn to him, and I give him an even dirtier look. Like, 11-year-old me, like, this little kid is just, like, giving him a death stare, like I'm trying to set him on fire with my eyes. Like, I know what you're thinking. You better stop. I did my job. I showed up on time. Go ruin someone else's day. I don't want to do this again. And he comes over, and he's whispering something to my dad. Now, I'm, like, trying not to make it obvious, but I'm trying to listen to what they're saying. And I don't make out all of it, but I hear like something, do the collection, something, I'm a jerk, something, amen. I can't make out what he's saying over this blinding rage I had toward this guy. Like, dude, I thought we were tight. I shake your hand every day. Oh no, I didn't shake your hand today. Oh no, what have I done? I'm so mad at this guy, and I realized I'm mad at him for doing his job. Like, now I know how umpires, referees, and Obama must feel.
Oh my God.
So I'm waiting for the priest to make my day even worse by saying do the collections, and eventually he does. I'm like, oh good, that came a lot faster. So I stand up, all nice and proud, like, yeah, I'm gonna do something right for a change. Start walking to the back of the room. No one else stood up, because when I heard do the collections, he actually said, a reading from St. Charles to the Corinthians. And somehow I heard, do the collections. So I'm walking back there, everyone's looking at me like I'm like some crazy guy, because I'm walking like this. 11 will be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this right. Oh no, I'm not doing this right. So I just keep walking straight out of the church. And I walk out there, and I just scream at all the stupid stuff that's happening to me today. Like, come on, church isn't even halfway over! Come on, I still have more time left. And I start walking back, and I sit down. My dad's like, where'd you go? I'm like, I went to the bathroom. Speaking of bathroom, my brother got up a few minutes later and said he was going to the bathroom. He goes, and 2 minutes later, I get a text from him saying his friend just picked him up from church.
Oh my God.
Now, my dad does the reasonable thing, and instead of punishing him, says, oh, don't worry, I'll fill in for him, and I'll do the collection. Now, I have a few things to say to my dad, but I remembered, we're in church. I'll have to wait. So, when the priest actually says to do the collections, yes, I got it right this time, I get up, after my dad gets up, I'm like, he got up? All right, good. I'm good. He starts walking to the back, and we realize everybody's already, all the people doing the collections are already back there. So we're walking like, we're speed walking like middle-aged women in the middle of a mall. We're like, oh, this is healthy for us. Oh, yeah! Like, we look like we're trying to get our full exercise in one little, like, 2-foot walk. So we get back there, and the two little baskets to collect the money, opposite sides of the church. So, this church, from an 11-year-old standpoint, is the biggest thing I've ever seen, because it's one room. So, I've been in a house that's bigger than this, but this is one big room, so I feel like this is the biggest thing. Like, I go to the other side, I see my dad, I'm like, hello, Dad, help me. I'm so scared. I'm like, all right, I can do this. I got this. I won't mess up. You know what? I'm going to do this so perfectly. My dad's going to give me a pat on the head. 2 steps, my shoe comes untied. I'm like waiting for someone to lean over. Like, hey, look at that kid! Stop the mess! Stop the mess! Look at this kid! He can't tie his shoe. But I'm getting ready. I'm like, oh, all right. If someone says that, I got the perfect comeback. Oh yeah, well, you're ugly. Now, bear in mind, I'm 11 years old. My comebacks aren't what they are now. If he comes at me now, I'm already like, you're ugly, and you smell. Ooh, how are you coming back from that? So I'm walking with this basket that's heavier than I am, and it's tilting me over, and this toddler just runs into my aisle, and I swiftly and gracefully dodge him. Make sure I didn't just knock the little kid out with the basket. Like, oh God, oh God. And I get to the front, and I'm like, all right, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is, oh God, they're already walking, all right. So the people are like starting the collections without me. I'm like, oh, God, I'm already late. All right, in, out, shuffle. I see my friends in the middle of the church. I'm like winking and nodding, you know, like, this is how you say hi to your friends if you're a kid. And I realize I'm not going down. I'm not still doing the collections. No, I'm just standing there like, people probably think I'm having a seizure right now. Like, hey, but dude, what's going on? So when I finally realize everyone's staring at me, I stop. And I'm like, oh, okay. People are halfway done. I gotta go double time. In, out, shuffle, in, out, shuffle, and now wham! Hit an old man in the face. His glasses go flying. But he gives me this amazing look of understanding and compassion. That red mark, though, that's not going away anytime today. I just want this to be over. Like, the fire of the sun is going out before this mass ends. Then we get to the old bag. Now, while I'm here trying to be the most perfect kid I can be, and messing up horribly, this lady comes along, and when I put the basket in front of her, she takes money out. No, like, she didn't, like, put in a 20 and take out a 5. No, she just took out a 5. I'm like,
Ooh, nice.
what? Oh, sorry, what did you put in? I just wanted to make sure you put in donations. No, she's just staring at the priest like, come at me, bro. Like, I'm looking, no one else saw this, so everyone's staring at me like, kid, you're already late enough, gotta keep moving. After 10 minutes of me trying to wrap my head around all this, I'm like, okay, in, out, looking at her. I'm not even like looking at the rows anymore. By the way, I'm already done with all the rows. I'm just doing the motions past. Like, I'm gonna walk out of the church if I keep going like this. Like, oh, she'll come back. She'll be like, oh, whoops, I forgot to put in my money. It's still on my lap. I'm sorry. No, she's still standing there. Still still has that $5 bill. Pour the money in the giant donation basket where everyone collected their money, and I sit back in my seat, and I'm watching her. I'm like, no, she's definitely like friends with someone. She's pulling a prank, and she's gonna put the money back. And then everyone stands up or we start collecting the Eucharist, and she stands up and walks out of the church. I'm like, wait, that's not the bathroom. The bathroom's oh, she's gone. I can't even see her anymore. She's out of the church. So I learned a lot from that day. You don't really have to be perfect. You really just have to try your best to be so.